Hi, my name is Bo Hodge, and this is assignment number 6 for Public Speaking 150. And my topic is stem cell research. So when I talk about stem cell research with other people, the initial reaction always seems to be a little bit negative. And I feel like that is because people don't necessarily understand exactly what stem cell research is. So the simplest way to explain it is stem cell research is, say you have a healthy human and a damaged human. The stem cell research takes healthy cells from the damaged person and supplies them to the defected or diseased area of that other organism. And the way it works is that these stem cells actively divide and help kind of regenerate and rejuvenate that injured area on that other person or animal, whatever it is. And the cool thing about stem cell, and I think it's probably the coolest thing about it, is that stem cells can become any type of cell. You could take skin cells and they become bone cells to the other person. So like this little chart, it shows that like a stem cell could become cartilage, or it could become a ligament, it could become bone, but it doesn't really matter. So what they do is, like I was saying, from that healthy organism, they'll take, say this is an organ or a bone or something, they'll take some of those cells, see they leave the rest, so the person they're taking from, obviously they aren't damaged. These cells will divide and replace that cell that's taken, but they'll take this cell out and they'll give it to the damaged individual. And the cool thing about that is that there's almost unlimited potential to this. Whatever kind of diseases that are out there, it has the possibility to cure them. Injuries, whether it be maybe a really deep cut or something like that, it maybe your body doesn't heal it quite correctly, or burns, things like that. But I understand the negative connotation that comes along with this stem cell research, because there is one type of stem cell research I disagree with, and it's the embryonic stem cell research. And that's because it's either 4 to 5 days after fertilization. And at that point, I disagree with it, because I feel like you're starting to mess with the process of creating a human life, the natural way, the way that that was really intended for us to reproduce. However, there's different types. And the two I wanted to talk about were adult stem cell and amniotic stem cell. At first, when I heard amniotic, I was a little, concerned as well, because it comes from the amniotic fluid. But the cool thing about it, and the part that I don't like about embryonic stem cell, is the embryo is harmed in that process. However, amniotic stem cell research, there's no damage or even harm to the embryos. And the coolest part about this is the type of stem cell research that this amniotic fluid cell can become any other type of cell. It could become a skin cell, it could become cartilage, nerves, muscle, or even bone cells, and really the possibilities are endless. The adult stem cell is a little different. It's undifferentiated cells, and technically, or I guess not technically, but most of the time it comes from organs. So they'll pull it for liver or a heart or something, and it has to be applied to that same organ in the other injured person. It has to be applied but to that person, to a person's heart. So it has to go from heart to heart, or like liver to liver, for example. But the cool thing about it is these regenerate really rapidly, so it's able to be placed in a small area and it expands. So say you have an injury that's like the size of a fist. You're injured here, or you're injured in this like whole area, but you just put it on that little spot. It'll regenerate and cover that entire area and heal it. So like I was saying, I don't like the type of stem cell research that hurts embryos. However, outside of amniotic and adult stem cell, there's still other sources you can get these stem cells from. For example, there's the umbilical cord, there's a mother's breast milk, and even bone marrow. And again, and like I was saying in the first point I made, I like the potential and the ability these cells have to become any other type of cell. So what I thought was really cool about that is the type of diseases it can cure are diabetes, spinal cord injuries, Parkinson's, retinal disease, and cancer. So I don't know, I'm sure there's families out there that either have a brother or sister or family member that has, eye problems, and they wish that they could see the world as well as they do. I'm sure there's families who have, grandmas and grandpas with Parkinson's who are slowly fading away, and they would love to just be able to bring them back or slow that process down. There's young kids in the world that get diagnosed with diabetes. this stem cell research has the potential to help cure that. Spinal cord injuries. My brother-in-law has a crazy spine. He's had like crazy spinal cord injuries since he was born. They've tried all types of surgeries, and it's actually shown that the possibility for him to feel healthy one day would be a great joy to him, but even our family. But the one that stuck out the most to me was the potential to cure cancer. So when I was about 7 or 8, my dad was diagnosed with cancer, and like a young little boy, my dad's my hero. So the pressure I felt from feeling like I was helpless and feeling like there wasn't enough technology or research out there to help him, you could really feel it in our household that we were willing to do absolutely anything to help him be cured. And unfortunately, it came at a time that stem cell research wasn't really known about, or it wasn't out there in the kind of like the social world. But now that it is, I would, luckily my dad survived cancer and everything is going well. But if anyone else in my family was diagnosed, I would definitely want to have the support of doctors, being able to bring in stem cell research so it could help that family member recover and be cured quicker. And also with cancer, it has that ability to come back, so you never really know if it's gone for good. So one thing that I would really like about this is if it works once, it would have the ability to work again. And just in conclusion, I just want to reiterate my points that I really like how these stem cells can become any type of cell, and that there are processes out there, that don't harm the embryo, and more so processes. There's more processes that don't harm it than do. And I just feel like if anyone out there had a loved one with those diseases that I had named, or even other diseases that has the potential to cure, I feel like they would support it and would want to see their loved one cured as well.